It was Albert Einstein who said life was like a bicycle. You had to, in order to keep your balance. I screwed that all up. In order to keep your balance, you have to keep moving. And to stay balanced, keep moving. And it's getting harder to stay balanced, to keep moving. Keep running into problems and stuff, And it's life is like a potato. never go full potato. All right. I have nothing else. I don't know what I'm even talking about. I just start rambling again. And I try to entertain my kids with this stuff and sort of, make them laugh. And it's like my wife does all these silly jokes. And the other day I heard one. It was what do you call what do you call a cow that doesn't produce milk? You call it a milk dud or an utter failure? An utter failure. Anyway, most people don't watch past the first minutes. They're like, I'm out. What's the number one prep? What is the number one prep? Is it this is always an argument amongst preppers. What is your number one prep? What is the number one prep you're supposed to focus on the most of? And, religiously, a lot of us will say, we go into, everybody will say, well, my number one prep is Christ and stuff like that. It's like, and people will add these little, Heavenly Father. Your number one prep, of course, but I'm talking about actual things and items and stuff. Your number one prep being like, is it water? Is it water? 3 days without water. Yeah, that's a tough one. Water would be one of those key elements for survival. What is the number one prep? Is it ammunition? Come on, Billy of the world, comment for me. Is it it's just all this stuff. Think of something. Is it shelter? It's not shelter, right? We know that. That's not your number one prep. Is your number one prep fitness? Is your number one prep? That's a thing, right? Right. Is it fuel? Are you going to run out of gasoline? Well, odds are really probably, but what is everything wrap around here? Because it seems like for survival, you need to have a stream or a well, some way of retrieving water. But you're also going to need something else that may be hard to find. And the number one prep would be food. Everything revolves around food. You're going to need a lot of food. It's just always the case. You're going to need you're not going to have enough, and you can have all kinds of water. You could always gather water. There's always a way to get water. So it's one of those things. But food, even with growing food runs out. You got to make sure you have enough food per family. Calorie intake per family member. Especially if you have a family of cars, it's huge. For kids and stuff. It's just a lot of mouths to feed. My kids are wanting me. So more farm animals. Well, more farm animals do help, but they need food. And they're seeing that now. They're seeing how all of it works. And it's very frustrating to all of us, to be little mini farmers or whatever you want to call us, because it's practically a farm now. It's grown out of control, and we're doing the best we can with it. But food. Growing food. We grow food. We do the biggest garden we can get. We do it every year, but it's never enough. And one company that was kind enough to hook me up. Now I've sponsored quite a few of these, and I've brought all kinds of varieties on the channel, but the most affordable one that I have found so far is for Patriots. And I've got their stuff right here. And if you can't grow it, you can stock up on the buckets. And I've said it a million times, you know, you can buy all the contents, you can stuff the buckets full, but it's just not going to be enough in a crisis emergency for all of your supply needs. Affordability and meals and food fatigue. And it's always food fatigue was always the thing when I was stockpiling the food, is how much stuff can you make from that? How many different varieties of things can you make from that? And it's good to have variety. Without variety, I mean, if you don't have something every now and then, it brings back the normalcy. Everyone's going to lose their minds. They're all going to go crazy. But I've got, they were gracious enough. I called them and, emailed them and talked to them, and they hooked me up with some food. And all I can do is do a show and tell, and that's it, real quick, and move on. I've got links if you want them. They're there. They have a huge sale. It ends the 31st, and if you don't get on it, you're going to lose it. But I am going to be an affiliate for them because I believe food is the most important thing you should be prepping. Stuff goes. Anyways, to give me, there's your 72-hour kits, and these nice hefty, oh, check that out, nice hefty containers. And those give you a magazine too. I've got to look through that, by the way. They've got everything. They literally make and sell everything. That's for another topic for another time. But this, check that out. That's crazy. Packed full of craziness and all the stuff you need to entertain your family for a good period of time. At least, you know, from this to this would be about a week to entertain your family as far as feeding them so they don't lose their minds. So it's something you can kind of have fun with. At the same time, it avoids some of the disaster part of it with, hey, honey, I got this, and I wanted to make sure that you and the kids were okay so that you don't freak out. Or it could be the wife that tells the husband, oh, don't freak out. I've got this four Patriots food supply underneath the bed. That's what's neat about that. It slides right under the bed because it's all low profile like that. It was kind of their little thing there. Well, I already talked to a lot of other folks, so I had decided to join their little group, and I'm going to start featuring them here quite a bit. And the links will be below, and I hope you share. I hope you take my advice, because it is important, or I wouldn't be contacting so many people and trying to pull things together. And that's what this is about here, is trying to pull things together, because it's all about everybody being able to have a stockpile of food. And I think you can benefit from this by contacting them through my links, and you get the benefits. And, you know, anyways, so that's all I got. I think I made it pretty far. I'm at my 9-minute and 30-something second mark. Maybe I'll stop at 10 minutes. But yeah, I wanted to make a somewhat decent video today. I know yesterday was short, and it was like 3 minutes long. It's like, okay, man, it's a rack. You're supposed to, you know, I'm just showing what I just did. You know, hey, look, check this out. Because most of the time it's like, look what I just did. Look what I just did. And you should be doing the same thing. Look what I just did to your friends, you know, showing them this type of stuff, sharing this with them so they know that there's a sale going on. And you could save some money and they can save some money. Everybody's saving money. And then on the other hand, you guys are also benefiting in the long run when something bad happens. All right. I guess that's it. I'm kind of long-winded. All right. Rainbows and unicorns. God bless and take care.